This is the Patriot Broadcast System. Broadcasters, in cooperation with the Revolution Movement, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. This is not a test. Other news and instructions will follow after this alert. Please be advised.
Top of the morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the Patriot Information Network. I am your host, Midnight Rider, also known as Nicholas Giles. I welcome you to my transmission, The Lamplighter, at the top of this first hour. In the last segment, I opened up dialogue about questioning your morals. I had said that most decisions we made were based off of false information to begin with. I also questioned if politicians were representing who you are. This morning's dialogue will begin with picking up from the last transmission. We will begin this morning's broadcast with We the People, us. And we will continue awakening those that are still sleeping on the issues. So now, to begin this morning's segment. Whether atheist, Buddhist, Muslim, Christian, or whatever your faith or lack thereof, everyone under this canopy was born into freedom through divinity. Historically, men have oppressed nations using religion and politics in every society in history, including this one, denying us this birthright. So, in 1776, this great nation was born and declared free, and claimed to be a place where the people could go that wished to not be under a rule. Freemasons believed that man was not to be under the rule of another fallible man, that he had a rule and guide to use, given by the grand architect of the universe, or God, as many call him. I call him Yahweh in Hebrew, or Yahweh as an Americanized version of the name, and Jehovah is just false. So, you were born with freedom and redeclared by those that drafted the document and fought and died for its enactment. It spoke of who they were, not just in relationship to then, but they passed the torch on to us for now. That reflection they made for you to remain free and keep that image they created. Now look what we have done. All that we have destroyed, or at least allowed it to be destroyed. Did they die in vain then? Not really. They fought for and got to experience true freedom without Uncle Sam. Now, it's our turn to reflect who we are in relationship to that. We, us, U.S. also represents United States. Now, the question is, are we united? The answer is yes and no. No, in the fashion that politicians, gangsters, have used your hard-earned dollars to pay their informants, media, to tell you what they want you to hear. You never do hear news as of truth. It is just used as a distraction. For example, it's why places like Snopes was invented. Then again, they don't even really know, as they are paid for silence, distractions, and misleadings like any of the others. They have their political motives too. Mediums like this is where you hear the truth, and we are called conspiracy theorists or crazy. More often than not, the conspiracy theory is that which you originally heard. That is to say, you were lied to in the beginning, and now you are getting the truth. School is reform, face it. In most societies, historically, has been for this purpose only. Education is a joke. It teaches the basics over a long period that can actually be taught in just a few short years. This also is another tactic to steal more of your hard-earned money unnecessarily. Reform and your money is all public school equates to. Not only do they teach you inappropriate material at times, but mainly use the indoctrinations like, just take a look at this clip.
Have you ever had a brainstorming session yourself?
I have had a couple brainstorming sessions, but I didn't come up with anything this good. Yeah, so you guys are already better brainstormers than I am. I came up with things like, healthcare.
Oh, really? You're that guy? Man, you're really old. Because as far as I know, healthcare kind of goes back to the days of like witch doctors and stuff like that, and we've gotten a little more advanced since then. This is the stuff that he teaches your kids and they teach your kids. It's reform, people. You believe it too, I'm sure. Let's look at some more.
Scott, what do you have to say?
I have to say why people hate you.
Well, now, first of all, I did get elected president, so not everybody hates me now. I don't want you to... I got a whole lot of votes. I want to make sure everybody understands. But, you know what is true?
So what is the truth? You notice how he said, I'd like to make everybody understand. Understand what? That you got a whole lot of votes? Did you really get a whole lot of votes? Or did the banking system, like in 1913, buy you again like every other president in between except for one that I can historically find, JFK? Let's look at some more.
Some of it is just what's called politics, where, once one party wins, then the other party kind of gets... It feels like it needs to poke you a little bit.
Oh, so this is what we call politics now, where you guys, get into pissing contests and poke each other and so on and so forth. I thought you guys were here to agree on the issues and represent we the people. How come you guys are poking each other? Isn't that a waste of time? Don't we got real issues to deal with? Like, let's stop funding ISIS with taxpayer dollars and going on trips and shit on taxpayer dollars while you're making up new plans to fund new terrorist groups with our tax dollars and shit like that.
So
come on.
You just got to keep on going even when folks are criticizing you, because as long as you know that you're doing it for other people. All right?
Okay, that statement there, there's at least two sides to that coin. The first side would be the most obvious side. Well, what about the decisions that you make that we the people did not make, and we have to live with those, especially like, you funding terrorists? That's just one side of the coin. Then there's the other side of the coin. What people are you talking about that want you there? Probably the ones that set up the rigged voting in the first place. That's who you are there for. Okay, everybody, listen up to this next clip. This is the scariest part of it all, because we have this old lady here that's about to croak. And it shows the disconnect of even our elders in this society today, let alone what they're doing to our children now, okay? This lady is disconnected, and so is the crowd that cheers her on afterwards. Take a look at this.
We're all only one planet. We have a shrinking water supply.
Yeah.
We've all got to have a fair drink. This is a huge problem, water and air. And I'm wondering if you and your wise advisors are working on that, and what's one specific thing that you could tell us what you're doing. I thank you.
I truly don't mean too much disrespect here, but Grandma, you need to sit back down. Don't be asking questions. This shows that this is a major show of the disconnect and how people just do not see what's going on top of the fact that they don't know what these people can and can't do for them, for that matter. I mean, for God's sakes, listen to her. She says, what are you going to do about water and air? There's nothing these people can do about water and air for the most part. If you want to get really technical, that's a nature thing. So go to God, okay? But this is what's really scary is, man, they have this lady brainwashed, man. She don't even know what questions to ask. She's lost as to what's really going on in the world. She doesn't realize that he's taken her money to fund terrorists, the very thing that she's against. Come on, wake up, people. One more tidbit to think about is she had said, what do you and your wife's advisors plan on doing about this? Wife's advisors? She's really just an ornament. See, this is the disconnect. The first lady is not the president. She's the first lady. She might make dinner, okay? Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. Powdered cheese is not food. Obama is a puke, tyrant, and hater of Yah. You have his reformists trying to sell my children that he did something good. They are revering him like no other president has been. I didn't sing about presidents in school. I sang about my country, about God. What good has Obama done? I can think of many reasons that Paul Revere would want to hang him and Congress personally for. I pray I am offered that opportunity. People have unjustly died in Obama's, Clinton's, Bush's, and others' names. So politicians use the media, propaganda, and reform to divide us, or we go put our lives on the line for their false and selfish agendas. They know that if they keep us divided, they are safe. They are not safe anymore, and politicians know it. They are running scared and even militarizing police, which are peace officers, people, not military. Which is where we will conclude this morning's transmission, and we will pick up next time with this topic. As it is about to be a reality, we are on the verge of World War III, people, and martial law. I will show you a detention center that has been active for years in your POTUS's city, Chicago. We will look at the United Nations mobilization into the United States recently in order to disarm all citizens. The UN General Assembly adopted this treaty in April 2013 on a vote of 154 to 3 people. That included our country's vote. The State Department points out that only Iran, Syria, and North Korea opposed it. This is a problem, folks. This is attack on our rights. We've been attacked on our rights for many years. And our right to bear arms and form militias is our fundamental right in this country, especially to abolish tyranny, which it appears we do have, folks, and they will try to use their laws, which are infringing on our rights. But the reality is, their laws are void, according to the Constitution of the United States and my God. So, be ready, you people. I am here to inform Americans of their duties or demise. This is what patriots do. Wake up, people. The alarm has been going off. It's time to quit hitting the snooze button and time to go to work. I am lighting the lamp every night at midnight, Pacific Standard Time, 7 days a week if possible, starting this spring, which we are now in, folks. All segments will be available on demand. So please subscribe to this channel right now. I will not relent until my final breath. Love will endure all things. This is Midnight Rider on behalf of all of us here at the Patriot Information Network. Thank you for watching this morning's broadcast of Lighting the Lamp. Godspeed to all, and to all, a good night.